On this week's episode of PhonePod, Jake and I discuss Google's Project Ara, the completely customizable smartphone built for the future, where the company Google is heading in the coming years, and McAllister's Deli.
It's been a long week again, Sam, hasn't it?
I think every week is somehow becoming longer. Like, the days seem short, but the week at the end, I am just totally exhausted. Completely.
This doesn't even feel like a Friday.
You know, you're right, it doesn't. I feel like we have school tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. Exactly.
This week is just...
Yeah, ugh. I don't even know. But what do you think about customization? I mean, you obviously like it.
I obviously love closed operating systems with iOS, you know. I like it if it's done right, and... Yeah, I mean, I guess I like if it's done right. What about you?
I mean, yeah, I mean, first I delve into software customization. Now I'm diving into hardware customization. And
ready for the hardware.
And a big thing that's been, well, it's actually not very big. I'm surprised there's not as much news on it as there is. It's a little bit disappointing. I did not see anything from CES either this year.
Yeah, that's kind of surprising.
Yeah, but
really?
But we're talking about Project Ara. It's a modular phone that you will be able to buy parts for, different parts, and like they snap into the back of it like with this like magnetized system, but like they don't come out like unless you need them to, and it's really cool. And I guess it was acquired by Google. And I mean,
yeah, I mean, go ahead.
Yeah, like, it's like, I mean, it kind of sucks that happened, but also I don't think it would have come to fruition. Like, it wouldn't have gone as far as it has without Google, because what you're asking for, right, is what you're asking for is a phone that needs software to recognize tons of different hardware parts, and if this becomes like a third-party thing, people will be able to make their own hardware parts. And basically, when it comes right down to it, a computer, like if you know, Windows, it has drivers and you can install different hardware parts, and that's how it would have to work for the phone.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Basically, there's like different little like, are they squares or rectangles?
Yeah, they're like little squares and rectangles, and like there's like slots on the back of the phone. So like, I mean, some are bigger than others. Like some are squares, others are rectangles. Like one could be a camera. You could like get a like long range camera, or like you could get like, you know.
Yeah, you can basically. I'll take over for a second because I was just looking at a picture, but it's really cool because you don't. I don't even know how to explain it. It's really, really awesome, though, because basically, if you want a, whatever, X amount, 8 gigabyte camera, or you maybe want to upgrade to a 8 megabyte,
Yeah.
12 megabyte camera, it's really cool. Wait, megabytes is, no, what am I saying?
No,
megapixels?
Megapixels, yeah.
Wow, I am exhausted.
Yeah,
sorry. Yeah, but I was saying about, 12 megapixel camera you can upgrade.
Right,
so let's
exactly.
say you buy
stuff like
I saw
that.
there would be like a $50 or something starting kit with like a little, like kind of like the bottom and the lowest of the low. So say you get a battery that doesn't last you at all, like it barely lasts you a day. So like iPhone 4S battery, I guess you would call it. You could hypothetically upgrade that battery to an iPhone 6 Plus capacity and then get all day battery life on your phone just by buying a new part, sticking it in your phone, and then being able to use it normally. And this is all like, it's really cool because you can customize it at any time. There's not even like a back to take off. You just switch out parts.
Yeah, they're like little blocks, and yeah, they just like slot in. And what Google did, it's a little bit deceiving, but like the Google trailer that they made, it's like has like a clock, like they like at first, like the first project had, you know, just like a random color design on the back, but like now, like this Google one, like one looks like a block of wood, like another one has like a picture on it, and then like another one has a Nike logo, and then one has a watch, and then a speaker. I don't think those are actually, if those are working things, that's actually really cool. But yeah, you'd be able to switch out stuff like that. I'm assuming there would be different models. Basically just based on the screen size. At first,
depends how much
At first they were planning to allow you to switch out the screen. I'm not sure if they're still doing that, but that was the original plan.
That would be really interesting.
Yeah.
That'd be cool, though.
So you could buy like a 4K
Gosh, you could just like switch out a screen. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
But
and
yeah,
see, I like the concept of it, but like aesthetically, it does not look very nice. It can have the ability to not look very nice because you just got all these little like squares,
right,
on your phone.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely something that is a different direction that would have to be adapted to as in look. But there's a lot of things already that we use daily where the look isn't a problem. So like we just have to adapt to that kind of. It'd also be awful for case manufacturers.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that'd be really hard to get a right case.
Yeah.
And also, if you guys want to see what we're talking about, we'll have a link to a picture of Project Ara down below in the show notes or in the description on YouTube. Wherever you're listening, just check down there, and we should have an image and even maybe a video or two about it. It's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have to say, could you ever see Apple doing something like this, where you'd be able to, on the fly or very easily, change out parts on your iPhone or your iPad or your Mac?
No.
I think I would agree.
Yeah, unless this gets like really big.
Big as like I know what you're saying.
Yeah, which would be really hard for that to happen. Like the direction that Apple is going in right now with things like that is not at all the direction that would lead up to this.
Yeah. It would be a far stretch. Yeah. I would be excited if they did, because they'd probably go for a stellar design along with the functionality to do this.
It would definitely be the coolest one.
It, like we've said in previously, Apple's really good at making something that's already good even better.
Yeah. That's what Apple has done forever, is just make something good the best thing ever. And I could see them making this like awesome. That would be so cool if they made this.
I mean, I would totally agree. It would be very cool. But it probably won't happen, so don't get your hopes up.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome, though.
Yeah, so, assuming that Google has bought them, everybody, it obviously would probably run a modified version of Android, because Android already supports, of course, different types of hardwares. Of course, it has to be developed or tweaked with for that to work, but if they made some type of application that ran on it that allowed the hardware to be recognized, like almost installing drivers on a computer.
Oh, okay.
I could see it working.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a chance. I actually just looked on the Project Ara. There's like a projectara.com/FAQ, frequently asked questions, and it says, is Ara a Nexus phone? And it says no. Project Ara will run the Android operating system. However, today, the program is still very much a development effort and is not an official Android or Nexus product.
Yeah.
And it also says that it's a development effort, not an official Google product. So,
okay,
I guess Google bought them, but they're just kind of like having them in the background for now.
They're kind of like funding them. Yeah, there is nothing on here.
Are you glad that Google bought them or not?
Kind of, because at first when I saw this thing, it looked like it wasn't going to make it.
I would agree.
They like said they had a time frame and they were like going to try to hit it as much as they possibly could, but they weren't sure. So, like, yeah, I'm. It's going to happen now for sure, because Google
got it. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, it has a chance. It has a good chance now. It's not like a maybe not. Like, it's got a pretty darn good chance that it's going to go somewhere.
Yeah.
If you get acquired by Google or Apple or whatever, it's definitely going to be used really good. Or definitely going to be used really good. Definitely going to be used. What am I trying to say? It's going to go a lot farther, I guess.
Right. It's going to achieve
greatness.
I guess. I don't know. It's been a long week, like we said, guys. But speaking of Google, guess what you can't buy from Google anymore?
Oh, I actually did see this.
Yeah.
Google Glass.
Yeah, you can't get it anymore.
I saw Techno Buffalo tweet, or John Ruttinger, somebody tweet about you can't get Google Glass anymore, which I thought was very strange.
I mean, I don't really know what to say.
For me, Google Glass is really cool, and I think we might have mentioned this or talked about it a little bit on last week's episode about Microsoft 10 and their Holo kit, Holo Glass like kit where everything is holographs everywhere, and it's really cool. Definitely listen to that if you guys haven't already.
Yeah,
but
I watched another video on it today, and saw the perspective of the first person view. It was really cool.
That'd be awesome. But I mean,
hold on one second. Keep talking.
That's fine. So I just think it would be really cool, if it would work. Like, back on VR, like Google Glass is a really good idea, I would say, because it's got this really cool functionality that I would love to see in VR, but I just don't think that I've ever seen someone ever wearing it in public. Like, never can I recall ever seeing seeing Google Glass anywhere. It's just really weird. I don't remember seeing it. I've never seen it, quote, in the wild or in public somewhere. It just seems non-existent to me. So I'm kind of confused at where they're going with it.
I've never seen it either.
It's very and you don't hear a ton about it either. It's kind of strange.
Right, the problem is that people thought it was weird because it had a camera on it. So, when you go in a bathroom, they'd be like, hey, I don't feel comfortable with that. And then people always thought they were filming them. And it's like, okay, you're being really paranoid about that. But I don't even know, I guess, that could have been avoided if they just didn't have a camera on it.
Oh, yeah, I definitely. People, I mean, even I'm a little weird if I'm going in the bathroom and somebody walks in with Google. I mean, that'd be weird. There's a reason why cameras aren't in bathrooms.
Yeah, and it was...
I'm pretty sure it's illegal now.
Right, and it was also weird...
Yeah, besides being weird.
Yeah, it was also weird that it wasn't... it was on just one eye, so it could be disorienting at sometimes. Also, the biggest problem with it was that it was $1,000, $200, for a developer kit or something like that.
It's expensive.
You can buy, and I understand this is a lot less hard to build, but you can buy the Oculus Rift Dev Kit for $200.
It's that cheap?
Yep.
Really? I say that like I'm gonna buy it. I'm never gonna get an Oculus. I say that now. I'm never gonna get an Oculus Rift as of 5:44 p.m. on January 30th of 2015. It just doesn't have any appeal to me right now at all.
Right. Yeah.
It would seriously be something I would.
$350, but still.
Still, that's not insane.
Yeah.
That's not unreasonable, I guess.
No, it's not that unreasonable. I mean, technically, this is... of course you need a computer to run it, but this is a screen. You're buying a screen, technically. If you think about
you're right. That's basically what it is.
Mm-hmm. and I understand that it's a totally different thing, but I think I saw at CES that they're going in a different direction with it. I'm not sure.
Probably makes sense.
I saw somebody, like, it had, like, 2 screens. It looked like sunglasses. It actually looked pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Let me try to find something like that. I don't remember what it was. Was it another Windows thing? I can't remember. I remember I saw
I'm not sure.
on Tested's channel. Let me go there really fast. Like, that was a pretty steep price to try it out. And, like, ultimately, that's probably why. I mean, you can't buy it anymore. It was funny. It's like, will it raise in price since you can't get it anymore? But, like, I wonder. The only thing I'm wondering is if they'll ever come back with it.
I would think so.
Sony's making one.
Yeah, Project Morpheus.
No. Not Project Morpheus. They're making, like, a Google Glass. And it actually looks...
Oh.
It looks really cool. I mean, it kind of looks like... It looks even bulkier. It looks more normal than the Google Glass. Because the Google Glass didn't have lenses by default. Like, it was just, like, a wire on your head.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't show... Okay, so there's one that is like the Google Glass. And then there's another one that looks like sunglasses, kind of. Like, they don't look that weird.
They look relatively normal.
Yeah, like, and it's a screen on both eyes.
Okay, that's an interesting... Well, not interesting take, but that's a different take compared to Google Glass.
Right. The Google Glass one they're making, though, also does have a camera.
Oh. That's an issue right there.
You should just... If you don't have that, it'll help you so much.
Mm-hmm.
But I sent the link if you want to see it really fast.
Okay, so this is Smart Eyeglass is what it's called.
If you skip through some of it, you can... Smart Eyeglass.
Interesting name. It sounds like a jailbreak tweak.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, wow. So it looks... Oh, okay.
The first one, the one that he's wearing there. And then if you skip to, like, 24 seconds, then that's the other one.
So, yeah, it basically looks like a pair of... If you envision, like, a pair of... pretty much like a pair of sunglasses with a camera on the side, or like a secret agent sunglass spy movie. That's basically what this looks like.
Right.
So not too bad.
I don't know. It looks cooler for some reason to me. Like, more natural. Like, what you think it would be if you had to think about what it would look like in your head.
Yeah. No, I would agree. It definitely looks a lot normaler than others.
Yeah.
Google Glass isn't too bad, but like the over the face ones, like Project Morpheus, which was the Sony like gaming one, and also Oculus Rift, it was just bulky and it doesn't look that great.
Right. And their goal with this the Eyeglass Pro is to like also like be a competitor for the GoPro, because it like can clip to like the side of like snow goggles, like while you're skiing and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I could definitely see that being a main use for this, because it looked pretty sleek. I mean, it didn't look too obtrusive.
Right. So that's
a good idea.
That's a reason to get that.
The future for VR is going to be super interesting.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not like... I'm happy that it's coming to fruition. Like, I'm not super interested in getting one for a while. Like, 'cause
it's cool though.
It is very cool.
It's just gonna be I mean, even more so, I'm just thinking about like Google as this is a little bit off topic, but Google as a company, like, they aren't really doing a whole lot. Like, if you think about it, they do like the Nexus devices, but they're kind of got all these like little projects that you hear about for like a month or two.
That you hear about,
and then they like never really come out. I mean, I don't know. I guess their main thing is Android as well, but
but they don't
I
even.
don't know. You just don't.
Yeah, they don't actually do a lot when it. I mean, they do a lot of stuff, but you don't hear about it.
Yeah, I would. I mean, they're definitely more of a software company than hardware.
Right.
With I mean, for us at school, we use Google Docs almost every day. Google Drive more so than that.
I love Google Drive. Yeah.
It's okay. I'm not a huge fan of it. It's okay.
I like Google Drive because first off I came from Microsoft Office, so the Office suite. So I didn't have your pages or the Apple cool Apple stuff that the cloud and everything like that. So the alternative for that was Drive. OneDrive by Windows didn't come out yet, and also is not as cool. And then Dropbox is just for files. I just like the interface. It's simple to share things because, all the contacts that are already synced up with Google and everything like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. It's really if you have any computer, Google Drive is really integrated, and that's what it does really well. It works really good on pretty much any device out there, which is amazing. Just being able to do that is absolutely awesome.
Yeah, the thing that about Chrome and Google Drive and all of the Google software is that it kills with convenience. You can't get the 100%. Convenience any it's the simplest way to get everything to work properly and sync everything across your devices, and that's why I like using it.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I totally agree. I mean, it's great at what it does. I'm trying to think what don't I like about it that is just not. I guess it doesn't have a whole lot of features where I'm used to Pages on iOS to be feature heavy. This is more of a bare bones yet really good word processor. It's not the best, but it's really good to be available on any device, like I said before, and for free to everybody with a Google account. It's amazing.
Yeah, since it's free, you don't get all that stuff, and you can buy it if you want, but it's free, so that's why it's the bare bones.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I mean, for free, yeah, it's got the bare bones stuff that it needs, but it is good. I guess I should cut it some slack because it is really good at what it does. I guess just on the computers at school, it doesn't load very fast, and I don't know. It's okay. I'm just brainwashed probably still by Apple.
I don't enjoy that they're all their separate websites now. But
yeah, that's it. That is weird. It's isn't it slides.google.com now?
Yeah, now docs.com, and there's a different interface for it too. So
I like the interface a lot. It's got that material design, I think.
Yeah, I don't understand why they needed to do that. It was all in one place before, which I liked.
Speaking of, this is a little bit more about Android, but I am a huge fan of material design.
What does that mean?
It's basically Android 5.0 Lollipop's new design language.
Matt? The language in which it runs on, the programming language?
Yeah, they call it material design, where everything animates in and everything animates out.
Oh. Okay.
And I don't know what it is. I'm not a fan of Android really whatsoever. I mean, it's not terrible. I just, of course, gotta give your friends a bunch of can't cut them any slack over using Android because that's pretty much a sin. But I'm just kidding. I should say that Android is not as bad as I crack it up to be, because if you've got a good Android device, it's good. I don't like it. Why don't I like Android? I don't like it because it's not probably what I used first. I mean, in all honesty, that's why I don't like it that much, because I used iOS first and I was exposed to
iOS was better at first, by a long shot.
Oh yeah, I mean that's true. iOS just works. Now it's starting to lose that a little bit, but it's still really good for what it is.
Right.
And it's fun to use. Just now I'm jailbroken, granted, but like on my home screen, I'll just swipe between pages or look at my home screen because it just looks really nice. It's familiar yet intuitive yet easy to use, but it's awesome and customizable. Jailbroken, granted, at the same time, and I really, really like that.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't feel the same way probably unless I wasn't jailbroken, because
yeah,
I'd get tired with the same thing very easily. I like to switch it up a lot. So I mean, Android does offer a lot as customization. I still make the claim today that jailbreaking provides more and in an easier way too, but that's my opinion.
Tim Cook would probably disagree, but that's a long shot.
Just because he hates it.
Yeah, I mean, that's another discussion. Like, I think Apple just dislikes jailbreaking because it has security flaws, not because...
It's just because it has security flaws. That's the only reason why. They view it, as everybody else does, as a way to pirate apps, and I mean, that is a way to use it.
Not encouraged or recommended, but...
Right. But, I mean, that's just how you're going to be treated with it. I mean... Yeah. It's not frowned upon on Android as much because it's was already pretty made open to be like that, which isn't really fair. Because I mean, since the day iOS came out, I was like, I wish the dock looked like the dock on Leopard, and eventually it did, and then they put it back basically to the way
they
it
made
was.
it kind of like Yosemite.
I mean, the same translucent, but still, I don't like how it was just a square. I mean, it's just a rectangle. It's just nothing special about that to me.
Yeah, I mean, I know you're a huge fan of the dock, so...
Right, I'm the huge... That's, like, my favorite thing that Apple ever made, guys, is the dock. I was obsessed with it for a long time. I've said before that I have a third-party dock system that runs on my Windows computer that I've used forever. But, like, the dock is... Like, iOS 4 was a step in the right direction when they, like, changed, like, some of the icons, like the movies icon, and it looked really nice, and the dock was... You could have wallpapers. The dock was the leopard dock. I guess by now it might have been lion. It was probably still leopard, I don't know. But, like, and then iOS 7 came out, and I just didn't really know what to think of it until this day. I still don't really know.
Yeah. I'm kind of in that same thing. I don't know. It's right. Like, meh.
Like, okay. I still like the other one, but I still like this, so... Yeah,
I mean, I'm a fan of the dock still. I use round dock, which makes
it you use round dock. I love that. See that if that's perfect. How it was by default, then I would use it. I'm actually gonna pick that up right now.
Yeah, I put it in my jailbreak tweaks video that I made like a week ago. I guess last Sunday. Yeah, it's a top 5 home screen tweak. It's really good and it works perfectly. It doesn't do too much. I don't even think it has a preference panel. It just works perfectly.
Yeah,
and that's what a jailbreak tweak should do.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'd also like to... Oh, go ahead.
What do you want to say?
I was going to mention... we should actually probably talk about this because it's kind of important. iOS 8.1.3 dropped this week.
Oh, yeah.
Which is good and bad.
Did it fix Wi-Fi issues or something?
I'll actually go read the changelog very quickly. If I can go over to a site really fast. I don't have it off the top of my head. Or I guess I could just load up my video on it. Let's go to my YouTube channel.
But what were you saying?
I was just going to say that 8.1.3 came out, and it was... I'd say it's good that it came out. Mm-hmm. Well, no. Sorry. Maybe it's bad that it came out, because...
it breaks the jailbreak.
Yes, so the changelog for it, I'll just read it really quick. It's pretty simple. iOS 8.1.3 reduces the amount of storage required to perform a software update. That was huge because, I mean, how many of our friends don't update because they don't have enough storage?
Right.
Tons.
Yeah, that was actually good to see.
Now, granted, it's not like a gig off. I think it's like 200-300 megabytes max, but it's still nice to see that's good that it's changed.
Yeah.
Next up, fixes an issue that prevented some users from entering their Apple ID password for messages in FaceTime. Just a little annoying bug there. Addresses an issue that caused Spotlight to stop displaying app results. I never had that happen to me, surprisingly. And fixes an issue which prevented multitasking gestures from working on iPad. I'm not even sure if I have those enabled. I probably do, but once again, something I was not affected by. I was actually surprised at the length of this changelog. And then finally, adds new configuration options for education standardized testing, which I'm not even sure what that means. But weird. I guess it's like if a device is configured for education, there's options for standardized testing. I don't know. I didn't know that was a thing in iOS.
I guess that's something that would be on like an iPad or something at a school. We do not have iPads at the school, so...
No, but we got these great Nexus 7s,
Nexus
don't we?
7s.
Oh my gosh, these things are so terrible. And this is probably why I have a bad impression of Android.
They're bad?
Yes.
They're so bad. I barely touched them, so I don't...
They're really Okay, first of all, the person who put the cases on them have a huge bulky case on them, which makes them heavier than they already are. They're not running Android.
They can use stands.
Yeah, they're annoying. Then there's like Android 5.0 that I tried to upgrade, but of course the administrator, I had to put his secret little password on there, so I can't even get Lollipop on here.
See, that's another reason why I don't like one guy that does stuff at our school who should not be named.
Rhymes with... Well, I probably shouldn't say that, but...
it's a name of a restaurant.
Yeah. Look at that. I've never been to the restaurant, which, of course...
Dude, it's the best restaurant. It's the best sandwich... Alright, anyway.
It could be a lot. Jimmy John's, Subway...
Best sandwich restaurant to ever exist.
Really? You would say that they are the best?
Well, okay. They're my favorite sandwich... Well... They're my if you're not counting Subway, which I probably wouldn't, like they're my favorite fresh like sandwich place.
Okay.
Like that wouldn't, like Jimmy John's would be included.
All right, I'm just gonna say because people are gonna be like, "What in the world are they talking about?" McAllister's Deli is what he's referring to.
McAllister's Deli is what I'm referring to. Yes.
No, I've never been there. Why? What's so good about them? Like, they just have good food.
Well, first off, the honey mustard, man. Honey mustard.
Honey mustard? What?
It's the best.
Honey mustard is for like people who eat honey mustard.
Well, I only have it there. I only have it there. Like I only.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
The McAllister's Club. I used to eat that for a very long time.
What's on that?
It's like simple stuff. It's like lettuce, ham and turkey. It's like got the whole thing. Now what I eat good. Every time I go there now, it's called the Italian.
Is that like salami and...
Yeah, so it's salami. I guess there's turkey on it too. It's got like this... you'd love it, Sam. It's got onions and peppers and like it's got this like dressing on it. I don't even know. Like, but it's also
spicy.
It's not spicy. It's like
okay.
It's just like I don't know. Like I was saying that because you think peppers are spicy, but those aren't spicy peppers.
Well, I don't know. We ate that chicken that one day from a KFC, and it was like the spiciest thing I've ever eaten. And somehow you and Max did not think it was spicy.
He thought that it was a spicy piece of chicken. I'm like, when I started eating them, I'm like, did they forget to give me spicy chicken? Did they just give me regular chicken? I'm not
kidding. It was probably... Did you put hot sauce on them or something?
No.
This thing was so hot, my mouth was burning probably for 20 minutes. Which I don't even know how that's possible, because, I don't know, the chicken was so spicy, and somehow they just detected no spice. I guess I'm super sensitive or something.
I guess so.
Because it was really annoying, and it made me angry, because I hate all things spicy. I never get the spicy chicken sandwich at school. Just thinking about spicy things gets me angry.
Yeah, but anyway, like the Italian, it's also like served up hot, like it's
Oh, I love hot sandwiches.
So, yeah, it's a hot sandwich. It's great. Anyway,
it's Subway.
We went off on a different track there.
That was off for a really long time. That's okay, though.
What were we even talking about?
Oh, 8.1.3.
Ah, yes.
And then we talked about, we were talking about Lollipop and how the one person at the school does not.
Oh, yes.
Is very controlling on some things.
Yeah.
Anyway.
They were actually originally bought for our programming class, in which we could not use them with. So,
and Mr.
the school used their money there. Yeah.
Mr. The teacher that we have now, he's an Apple guy just like us, and he's hilarious. We were like, let's just use Jimmy for that's weird. Let's use Mr. J for his name.
Mr. J, just like
just like in Serial Podcast.
Yeah,
Mr. S. By the way, I just want to mention this really quick, and this is like the ADD spree of the day, and because it's completely off topic, but if you guys want to listen to a really, really good podcast, like better than this one, I know, trust me, it's better than this one. It's called Serial, Serial. Just search for it in iTunes
as in
or
serial killer.
Yeah, on Overcast. And this podcast talks about this whole case that's being reopened of like a murder. It's really, really good. It kept me entertained for many a car rides back and forth to school and home, and it's really good. Jake's listening to it now, and I would highly recommend checking it out.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
It's really good. So, Serial, free on iTunes, obviously, but going back to Mr. J, we asked him, like, we have these terrible Windows 7 PC laptops. I checked, the laptops are from 2006 or 2007.
They're Dell,
Inspirons?
No. What is Dell Inspiron? I forgot.
I think, they're like Dell D560s or something.
The last time I checked, it was like the cheapest laptop you could buy at Best Buy.
Really?
Yeah. Let me see. I'm going to see if it's still on here. But what was the weirdest thing I saw was that their processor was 2.4 gigahertz, but they had less than a gigabyte of RAM. And I don't know if that processor had 2 cores or not.
Yeah, that's very bad. It's probably like an Intel Core 2 Duo or something.
Something like that.
The Core 2
something
Duo is so
bad.
The Core 2 Duo is just pitiful.
Oh yeah, I don't even know. I don't even like know what that even stacks up against.
But anyway, we were having some issues one day, and Mr. J was just like, we were like, it's not logging on to anything. He's like, I don't know about them crappy PCs. Just go ask the PC guy. And he even openly admits that the technology is terrible. He's like, oh yeah, all this stuff is terrible here.
Yeah,
that's
he's
why
trying
we're getting
to
Mac Lab next year.
Mac Lab, yeah,
which is gonna be awesome.
Like yesterday in our video production class, everybody was trying to convince like we should get MacBook Airs or we should get like, iMacs. It's like, okay, look, I understand why you wouldn't want to use the monitors and the keyboards and the mice we already have. But still, like, even if, like, I suggested just getting, like 16:9 aspect ratio, 720p monitors. Like, you could get those for maybe $70 each. Like,
yeah. Well,
like I'd just be happy with, like, just having those. Like, the Mac Mini, it would be the most cost-effective thing for them to get.
No, the Mac Mini would be perfect. They just need to get monitors that aren't square. We have these terrible square monitors. No, please.
4x3.
Save me the misery. Oh,
they're so bad.
They're terrible. I mean, I guess if you want something to display a picture, they're great. But if you want to do anything else than that and do it enjoyably, these things are terrible.
The only reason we still have them probably is because they still
Function.
they have speakers on them.
That's
and
true.
you can plug your microphone into the speakers. So
yeah, they're so bad. I'm crazy stoked for the Mac Lab.
Okay, I might have found it. I found it.
Okay, sweet.
It's the Dell Latitude.
There we go, Latitude.
Wait, is this it? No, this isn't it.
It's definitely a Latitude, 100%.
The one I'm looking at is not the same one, but still, it's a Latitude.
Yeah, they're like latitude.
80 gigabytes of HDD memory. Intel Core 2 Duo, 2,400 megahertz. That's not it. That's not what we have, though. Yeah, anyway. It's pretty close to what we have, and
they're pretty bad.
Those are in the library and in the computer lab, too. I guess the desktop ones aren't that bad.
What?
I mean,
what school have you been going to?
They're better than the laptops.
Oh, I don't know about that. Maybe they are.
Oh, wait. You know what? Sorry, scratch that. The laptops are better than the desktops.
Yes,
they got
that's what I was about to say. I was like,
mixed around. So yeah, never mind. That was bad.
That's okay. Yeah, no, the desktops are pretty awful too. Our school has a terrible tendency of just buying technology.
The laptop carts are good.
Barely.
Laptop carts are good. We bought some. We
they're
bought
Chromebooks.
the Dell. Yeah, but that's all we need for.
That's true.
The class, like, there's nothing else we need it for.
You're right.
Because everything's on the internet.
Mm-hmm. Everything's through Chrome or
Google. This definitely probably the most, like, the laptop carts should just all be filled with Chromebooks. Like, there's no reason that the lab should have actual computers for stuff like video production. You know, maybe you should consider having, computers that have editing software on them for your video production class that you're starting up. But
who needs?
That's just my opinion. But
oh my gosh, that's bad.
This podcast has turned into a rant of our technology at our school.
Yeah. Moving on. I'm trying to... little insight here. This podcast has been all over the place, and I apologize. But, well, you know what? Actually, I'm going to save this rumor. You guys are going to have to wait. We have a release date for the Apple Watch.
Oh!
April 2015. Confirmed.
Was there, like, a day or no?
No, just April 2015. So...
All right.
I was really hoping it would come out in March because that's my birthday month, and there was a chance that we'd be on spring break the week it came out, but...
You know what I'd like to do is I'd like to do on the day WWDC do a podcast with you.
No, we need to do that for sure.
Like, maybe even live. I don't know.
Well...
that would be hard, but...
Yeah, live would just be hard because it'd be like 2 hours long, and we'd just be like sitting there, and I don't know.
We'd be talking over stuff a lot.
Yeah, we did. Like I've seen people do live ones before, and it's really hard. If you're like watching it, and then you're trying to talk, and then he moves on to something else to announce, and you can talk about everything you just announced for half an hour each, or they announce. It doesn't have to necessarily be a he, but I'm excited for the future. I'm excited for VR. I'm excited for Project Ara to see where that goes. I'm excited for the future of Google if they get their act together. I think that's about all I have to say.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Jake, I really appreciate you joining me today.
Yeah, it was an interesting one.
Yeah, it was a blast as always, though, nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, guys. If you appreciated or enjoyed this episode of PhonePod, feel free to leave a like if you're listening on YouTube. Or if you really enjoyed this more so than the average person that is probably listening, feel free to rate it or review it on iTunes, and we would sincerely appreciate it.
We need another review.
Yeah, do we still only have one? I should probably check.
Probably, yeah.
Maybe somebody heard the one last week. Let's search PhonePod.
Did I say probably, yeah? Oh, wait, I was saying to one. Oh God, I'm so tired.
Well, I'm just gonna go to bed after this. Actually, I'm probably gonna get on Xbox, but
dude, we're gonna get Destiny.
No,
get on the daily raid.
Yeah.
Or wait, not raid, strike.
Well, we should do the raid regardless.
We should do the raid. We really need to do that.
We actually do. Well, I'm gonna try to search it really fast. PhonePod. Let's click on podcasts, ratings and reviews. All right, we got one review still. Feel free to give it a rating or leave an honest review. Tell us what we need to improve on. If you hate us jumping all over the place, tell us, and we'll try to work better at it. We'd appreciate it. All right, guys.
All right.
Until next time, this has been Sam.
This has been Jake.
We'll talk to you guys later. See ya.
See ya.